And it is Sam Gray and Mike Allen, the new package, looking the goods, squeezing the living daylights out of this particular vessel and acquitting themselves wonderfully at the moment. I've got to say, these rookies to this sport have just stepped up throughout the course of this season and really just started to get their heads around it. Really nice line through that hairpin. I thought he was going to get a little bit too deep. Now into this part of the course, it's caught a few people unaware, and it's caught them unaware. A little bit of a grab of the tyres there. That slowed them down, lost the momentum. Sam Gray with a 32 at the split. Gee, they're taking it wide out of that exit to that left-hander up the top. Sam Gray and Mike Allen with a 53.690. 53.690. As we see Super Mario Ross Travers walking dejectedly towards the bottom of the commentary tower after throwing a rod through the bottom of the sump. Very, very disappointing for Team Radioactive, but them is the breaks, as they say in show business. The flounder pounder now. Ollie Birder. Millie Simmons. So these youngsters from Hawke's Bay will be his last season of racing for a while. He's off to university. Millie Simmons will be moving from navigator seat into the driver's seat. So that is a wrong way. The pair from Hawke's Bay have realised it. Now they're having a discussion. It's rock, paper, scissors going on in the driver and navigator seat at the moment. Well, that'll be a DNF. Oh, by the way, ladies and gentlemen, do you know that it's just as hard to try to lose a game of rock, paper, scissors as it is to try to win a game of rock, paper, scissors? But Jared down there, our intrepid reporter from the Wanganui Chronicle down there, scribbling some notes in shorthand. So we expect to see a great write-up in the Wanganui Chronicle tomorrow, as we see Chris Rasmussen in the professionals off the line, Holly Sutherland doing the navigational duties. Rasmussen through the split there, well down on where he needs to be. That's a 33.426. He wants to see that into the 32s. And through the line there with a 55.226. So Sam Gray with a 53.69 in front at the moment. Ollie Birder and Millie Simmons with the DNF. They went the wrong way and then just put it back up on the trailer. So there was a bit of a cough and a splutter out of the flounder pounder up into the first right-hander. So I wonder if that had anything to do with it. We'll see if we can get our intrepid pit reporters down there to have a little bit of a look at it. Now, Mike Simonson, well, you've got official written on there. Officially what?
Anything you want.
That sounds very, very dangerous, mate. Remember, the lights are still on.
I know, yeah.
Righto, no worries. We won't talk to Mike too often from now on, I've decided. So Sam Tweedy, Darcy Redstone out on track at the moment. These boys in the dilemma machine straight off the blocks this morning were going quite aggressively in the Eagle hull. Very definitive, these style of hull, with the well, the airflow through the bow there, and at night they light up red and just look wonderful. While big back off around that hairpin, washed a little bit of time out of it, but still gets out of there. And if you're keeping the momentum going, that's important. So sticks it up on the tyres, gets a little bit of the tyre on there, slow down that momentum just a little bit. That won't bother them too much. So Sam Tweedy and Darcy Redstone now in the latter part of this lap, opening up the apex. Oh, just made the boat porpoise through there. Another look and another grab at the wheel, just trying to redirect it, and out to a 58.529, 58.529. It's good to see that some of our racers down below commentary tower, they are certainly on the less carbohydrates, as they're eating massive amounts of chips and pies and whatever else they got in there. Certainly no salads down there, but remember, no good story ever started with, I was having a salad one day. So Tim and Debbie Edhouse in the liquid addiction machine out of Ofonga, New Plymouth. Ofonga Motors, Tyre Max New Zealand, Waikato, Clutch and Brake Specialists and McCurdy Trucks. So Tim and Debbie Edhouse, currently number 2 in the overall championship for the Group B category, has been nailing this hairpin each and every time, and that time is no different at all. Has the boat perfectly placed. A little bit of a back off coming into that right hander, got the boat settled well, used that to great effect into the nut. It tightens up around there. Now down the back part of the course, the right hander, only a few more to go. Very nice lines, running the boat right up onto the tyres there, using it as a berm. And a nice tight line through the finish with a 54.234. So about 0.8 seconds slower than Sam Gray. Sam Gray leading the charge at the moment. So Liquid Addiction had gone for a 53.93. They have gone quicker earlier. So it is now the outer limits machine with Craig Shaw. Gone the wrong way has Craig Shaw, and the mullet man, Grant Humphreys, now back up to recollect their thoughts, recorrect their position on the track. They are well out of the time, so they are some 15 seconds down due to that rotational error. The lunch break quite often sends all guys and girls backwards. It's that extended break that slows down the brain process. So Craig Shaw, yeah, some 15 seconds still off the split that he needs to get. But it's just a matter now of just maintaining the integrity of the boat, maintaining the speed to be able to finalise this lap, and then hopefully they have done enough to make their way into the top 9 in the Group B category. So that time well out there. That's a 67.622. So Craig Shaw will hope that in the previous runs he has done enough to qualify into the top 9. This is the last chance to qualify across all 3 classes, the final qualifying round for the Group B category. At the moment, it is this man coming out onto the track that is fastest in this category. This is Carl Beaver in the Beaver Reliever. Jay Amon doing the navigational duties. Craig Shaw with a 54, should get through into the top 9. So Carl Beaver, after an he's taken a couple of dips into that sweeping left-hander after a nightmare run at Hastings and a bit ugly in the first earlier qualifying rounds here today. Carl Beaver now got a point to prove, driving angrily, throwing the boat around, getting it into spots where he preferred it not to be. So Carl Beaver across the washing machine there. Hasn't affected boats as well as we thought it might have. They'll be happy with it, but Carl Beaver across the line in a 52.957, straight to the top of the table, and 1 and a bit seconds quicker than Carl Beaver, than Sam Gray. So Carl Beaver leading the way in the final qualifying round for the Group B category. Next out will be Bevan Schuler and Grant Gibson from Taranaki. The Rotakari Rodent, Schuler Concreting, Transport Diesel Services. Starting to get a bit of a tongue twist early in the day, late in the day, whichever part of the day that it is, and the Sign Group. So, Bevan Schuler. So, big g'day to Slimbo out there watching on the live stream, mate. Wish you were standing here beside me, but it is a small commentary tower. So, Bevan Schuler out on track at the moment with Grant Gibson. Just hasn't been able to quite match it with the boys at the top so far today. Hasn't really done anything wrong, probably just down on a little bit of power, if anything. Oh, big back off into this right-hander. He has put it onto the tyres there a couple of times. So, yeah, just a huge back off into there. That's not what you want to really be doing there, Bevan. So hopefully he can make his way, scrape his way into that top 9. So across the line there with a 55.35. Excuse me, I had a frog in my throat. 55.353. So Bevan Schuler into P5. So it'll be Hayden Wilson next out, the local man in the white noise machine. He's got a little bit of work to do if he wants to surpass the times that the Beaver reliever has been posting. So white noise, yeah, still a fair bit to go from that. Hasn't been doing too much wrong, just really needs to get the power down the line smoother. So Carl Beaver some 1.5 seconds quicker, and that is a lifetime in this tightly run Group B category. So what will the man who's leading the New Zealand Championship in the Group B do in reply? We are yet to wait and see, remembering that Carl Beaver posted a 52.957 in this last run that he did. The split is good at 31.962. Aaron Greeks, the navigator, the Greeksy man. Hayden really opening up that final left-hander, that final sharp left-hander. Now transitioning through the bottom part of the course. Where's it going to be? That's an improvement, and it's a 53.325. Carl Beaver's still at the top of the tree, though, by 0.4 of a second. So Hayden Wilson, 53.325. Speeding back into the spin-out pool there, eager to get into the top 9 is the local man. Kelly Manel next with Cherie Patterson. Girl Talk is the name of the boat. This will be the last season of driving for Kelly Manel. She will be retiring after this season, although as we do understand, people, once you've got driving a jet sprint boat in your blood, you take one meeting off and then all of a sudden you start getting hungry for more. So will that occur? Well, we'll wait to see, but it's Kelly Manel now getting out on track at the moment, really starting to hook the speed into it, quite sharp and knifey into that first turn. That'll all wipe a bit of speed off, but Kelly certainly pushing a lot harder at this part of the day. Generally goes out very, very subdued in the early parts of the day and then just slowly winds the wick up. Has not been able to nail a hairpin. That's not too bad though. So Kelly Manel into the bottom part of the course now. Didn't hang it up on the tyres like so many before her. Around the nut, Cherie Patterson doing a wonderful job there. The secretary of the New Zealand Jetsprint Association sitting in alongside her great friend, the all girl team. So Girl Talk now heading for the line, and it's a 56.766, so that puts her down into P9 for qualifying round number 5. So Kelly Manel and Cherie Patterson still with a fair way to go. Next boat to face the starter, Daniel Reid. Keith Reid, 61 today, 61 today. Happy birthday, Keith. That's Buttercup's old man up on the hill. Happy birthday to you. We'll do that in a minute. It is your son out on track at the moment, Daniel Buttercup Reid. Jasmine Webster, plenty of water over the bow of third time lucky for Egmont Industrial Supplies. Sign right. Had a chat with Buttercup during the break. Oh, very loose and very tight into that left-hander. Now into the money corner. That's the best he's done it all day. He was a bit disappointed with himself when I chatted to him during the lunch break, and he's run it wide, grabbed a little bit of tire, didn't slow him down too much, but it did have a little bit of an impact on that momentum. Jasmine Webster really starting to come on form as a navigator. Traditionally sat there fairly quiet, fairly subdued. You can now see the confidence building in that young lady from Wanganui. So Daniel Reid across the line in a 55.116 into P6. So Keith Reid, happy birthday to you, happy birthday to you, happy birthday dear Keith, happy birthday to you. So we are just casting our eye down, and it will be the B-driven boat. With Bryce Barron at the helm. Sam McKinnisty doing the navigational duties here. These guys out super aggressively. Bryce at the helm, Sam in the navigator's chair. These guys are doing pretty well indeed out on course at the moment. Set up nicely. The way these guys have been performing in their early racing career in jet sprinting has been wonderful indeed. The split at a 33.775. So that's down on where they'd like to be, remembering that Carl Beaver and the guys at the top of the table are some 2 seconds quicker at that split. But Bryce won't be aware of that. He won't be worried about it in any case. Just do the best he can. Knifed it into the right-hander across the line. Bryce Barron with a 55.416, 55.416. Bryce Barron puts himself into 8. Here's how it looks to wind out for the final qualifier for the Group B. Carl Beaver, Hayden Wilson, Sam Gray, Tim Edhouse, Daniel Reid, Chris Rasmussen round out the top 6. So now we go to our final qualifying round for the Group A.